It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show, and it's going down. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn.
Thank you guys. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and we have an amazing show and an amazing lineup for you guys tonight. I pray that you guys are continuing to stay safe and sanitized. I pray that you guys are having a great week so far. I always like to start the show with thanking our sponsors. The Chelley Roy Show is sponsored by Built on Survival Skills Apparel. We're also sponsored by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to 1 pound a day. I also want to thank my makeup artist, Amber Singletary, and my photographer, Mr. Steven Tucker. So you guys stay tuned and don't go anywhere, because up next we have Miss Maya Pinson, Mr. Kenneth Rollo Davis, and last but not least, Mr. Cedric Pendleton. So you guys stay tuned after the break.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at thechelleyroyshow@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My first guest is a cast member and here to talk about her movie, The Old School Rollers. You guys help me welcome Miss Maya Pinson. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you all.
Absolutely. You're so beautiful.
Thank you. You are too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's such an honor to have you here.
No, thank you so much for having me. And your set is amazing. Like, this studio is beautiful.
Thank you. I try to make sure, you know, what I'm doing online lines up with the Chelley Roy brand in real life. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's talk about all the amazing things that you have going on. First, tell everybody who Maya Pinson is and what's your story.
Okay, well, my name is Maya J. Pinson. I'm 17 years old. I am from Washington, D.C. I'm an actress, author, writer, and motivational speaker.
Yay.
And I just wrapped up Old School Rollers, and I am currently working on a new film called The Christmas Room.
Okay.
Yep.
So back it up a little.
Okay.
Those are some wonderful accolades. So I didn't know you were an author. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On that. So what's the name of your book? Tell everybody what the name of your book is.
The name of my book is called Backpack Lily. It's a children's book that teaches kids how to prioritize their schoolwork and studies over their playing time through the method of stop, drop, work, then play.
I love that. That is so important.
Thank you.
It
Yes,
gives-
definitely is.
It gives like the blueprint and like a guideline on, how
For
to
life.
organize and study. Yeah.
Yeah, because prioritizing is a huge skill set you'll need to be successful in life, no matter what line of work you're planning on being.
I 100% agree. And the fact that you're getting that earlier on is going to help you
Yeah.
progress so much further in life. So I definitely appreciate that.
I have my parents to thank for that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Mama Jer. Your mom is amazing, too.
Thank you. Yes, I'm
Really,
truly
really.
blessed to have her.
That's really good. Really, really good. So let's talk about Old School Rollers. We're going to talk about some of the other projects
Okay.
that you're working on. But in particular, talk to me about your character and your role
Okay.
in Old School Rollers.
Well, I played the role of Brianna Harrison,
Mm-hmm.
which was the main character's granddaughter, and actually Rose with an
Yes,
S, because I was also the assistant director and co-writer for a scene or two.
Wow.
Yes.
I love that. So what is your relationship to Rollo Davis? I know in the movie you actually play his granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
What is your relationship to him, and how long have you known him?
Well, I was introduced to him through the set, through the film.
Okay.
And since then, we've clicked. Like, we're always laughing and joking and playing, and he's really like an uncle to me. But so I've known him for maybe about 6 or 7 months now, I want to
Wow.
say. Yeah.
That's really good. And the reason I asked, because you guys have that chemistry on and off the camera. So that's why I wanted to know, like, what the real dynamics of, you guys' relationship was, because there is that chemistry there.
No, yeah, we just naturally clicked because we're both really goofy. We both love to laugh. So even when I first met him and we were just going through the lines, and the first time I met him, actually, I wasn't acting in the movie. I was being the assistant director on set. So I was
Gotcha.
helping out around the behind the cameras and just on set, helping him with a few lines here and there. And he cracked a joke, so I knew, I was like, okay, yeah, I like him. He's chill.
That's important.
Yeah.
I think laughter and a sense of humor is needed.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It helps balance. It helps provide that overall balance. So that's really good. That's
Yeah,
a good
definitely.
characteristic to have too. So talk to me about how you prepared for the role, or what's your process for preparing for a character
Okay.
or a role that you're playing.
Well, for Brianna Harrison in particular, I can just relate to the character's personality because she was an up-and-coming teenager, and so am I. I'm 17. And she just went through the everyday stages of maturing and getting older. For example, she ends up getting a love interest in the movie. She helps and supports her grandparent who has a dream. So it's in the movie, there are a lot of things you can relate to, and I just so happen to kind of like really fit the mold of Brianna.
Yeah.
But in terms of characters, preparation for characters in general, I just try and find something I can relate to, or if I can't personally relate to it, then I try and tie it back to someone who I've known experienced certain things in my life, so I can, have some type of connection to the character and try and really embody the character.
That's important. That's really, really important. So did you have to take any like acting classes in addition to, trying to figure out what the similarities are between yourself and the character? Did you have to take any acting classes?
Yes, I've taken acting classes in a number of places. Some in New York, some in the local DMV area, but most of my credit goes to shooting Future Stars. That's really where my passion for acting started.
Okay.
So around the age of 11, I joined Shooting Future Stars acting summer camp, and I was in it for a couple of years. We had some productions with the other kids who were also attended the camp. and that really set the foundation for all of my acting skills.
Okay, so take a step back. What is Shooting Future Stars? Is that a casting program or?
So, Shooting Future Stars is, yes, it is a casting organization, but
Okay.
it's run by an octopus. The lady who's behind it has so many different arms, so many different strings, her hands
Yeah.
in so many different jars. So, yeah, a couple years ago was the acting program, but for anyone who doesn't know, Shooting Future Stars is run by Mignon Pinson, which is my mom. But she's
so wonderful.
been in the business for over 30 years, so she's done a little bit of everything.
Great job, Momager.
Yeah.
Great job.
But yeah, so she's a casting agent. Well, not casting agency, but she does casting for movies.
Okay.
And she mostly launches television, commercial, and movie careers.
Wow.
Yes, for other people.
That's really, really good. Great information. And so later on in the interview, I'll have you plug her information as well,
Okay.
because that's great information, especially
cool.
for young teens or, young aspiring, actors and movie stars. That's
and,
really important.
And she works with from infants to 99 years old. So
Wow,
there is
okay.
no age range for her clients.
I love that. That's great to know. So let's kind of shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Speaking on the fact that you're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I see that you are also involved in a lot of teen magazines. Talk to me about that.
Yes, so I recently was just on the cover of 2 new magazines. I just got the news from one magazine today. It's a magazine based out of Ohio.
Okay.
And I'm also on the LV magazines. And it's a really beautiful magazine.
It is, and you're doing it a
lot.
lot of justice. Very beautiful.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so everyone go get your copy and check it out.
That is so dope. So what advice, well, before we go there, since you're going into so many different directions, you're doing the acting, you're doing the magazine print, what are some upcoming projects that you're working on?
Well, I am currently co-writing The Christmas Room with Shooting Future Stars
Okay.
and Miss Diane Powell. And it's a film that isn't really in the same category as the ones I've been working on, but I really believe that God will touch this one and carry it through. It's going to be a really heartwarming family film that's going to cover a lot of relatable topics such as dementia, Alzheimer's, memory loss. So if you've experienced that or within your family, or even if you haven't, this film is going to bring a lot of insight onto just the everyday life of going through something like that.
That's important, and I think I find myself being more drawn in by movies that not only tell a story but are impactful. You know what I mean? Where there's some insight, where there's some knowledge, where there's some inspiration. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. So in addition to the projects that you're working on, what's next for you? Where do you, because it sounds like you have so many stripes underneath your belt already. So where do you see yourself and what's next for you?
Well, I am currently a senior in high school, so flooded with college applications.
Wow.
But, yeah, so even with all the acting and work, I'm still, the normal teenager.
So how do you balance? I know I asked you one question, but your response is like, how do you balance that all? Do you have a tutor? Like, how do you?
I just prioritize. Like, I just do what I wrote.
Of course, you wrote the book.
Yeah. I stop, drop, work, and then play.
Love it.
Ever since I was little, I've always been taught that education comes first.
Yes.
So no matter what I'm working on, I always make sure that my grades are up to par. I've maintained a 4.0 GPA all of my life.
All
and
right. Give it up for her, you guys. Woo-woo! It's possible. It's definitely possible. That's great stuff.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
But back to your previous question, college applications. I have my softball season coming up in the spring, so we're doing preseason
Wow.
workouts now in the weight room at my school.
So you're a baby octopus.
Yeah, definitely got that from my mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much outside of work. That's what I have going on.
I absolutely love that. So tell everybody first where they can get your book, what the website is for Shooting Future Stars and what your social media handles are.
Okay. You can purchase my book. It's called Backpack Lily at mjaip.com. That's my website. You can follow Shooting Future Stars on Facebook and Instagram. That's Shooting Future Stars. And I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Social media handles.
And you can follow me on Instagram at MayaJ04. That's MayaJai04.
Absolutely. Give it up for her, guys. Thank you, Maya.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at thechelleyroyshow@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Hit it! Let's go!
Old man? Who you calling old man?
You guys don't even know. You're talking to a legend here.
And y'all trying to get the crew back together after all this time to battle some disrespecting youngins? Man, who cares about that?
Eric, why don't you mind your own business? This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Stop what you're doing, cause you're about to ruin the image and the style that I'm used to.
Man, you a loser. Call me?
Wait a minute.
When I first talked to him about his dreams and the skating, I was not referring to him battling no bunch of kids.
Oh yeah, it's on now.
Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. Just slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right. Come on, now. Slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right.
Old School Rollers coming Saturday, August 28th at 12 noon and 3 p.m. at Washington, D.C.'s The Ark. Tickets now on sale at eventbrite.com.
Cause I got the swagger, the big dog mellow, and I stay on my game.
Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest is also a cast member and here to talk about his role in the movie Old School Rollers. You guys help me welcome Mr. Kenneth Rollo Davis. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's an honor.
It's an honor to be here. I'm just thrilled to be invited. Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Once I saw the movie, I knew, one, I have to get in your class, but two, I had to talk to you because you're a legend, like around the world with this whole skating thing. So we have so much to talk about. So first, tell everybody who Rollo Davis is and what's your story.
Well, I'm a man on a mission.
Yeah.
You know, my company is Rollaway Productions, and our theme is to change the world through roller skating. I believe my life story has inspired me to be the person that I am today.
Okay.
And so my attitude is I just want to make a difference. I want to leave a legacy. And roller skating will be the vehicle that I'm going to use to change the world.
And you are definitely doing that.
Thank
so
you.
talk to me a little bit more about Rollaway Productions. So I know you said your theme is to basically change the world through roller skating. But what else is it about Rollaway Productions? What exactly is
Yes,
that?
okay, that's a very good question. Rollaway Productions is a company that has 3 arms.
Okay.
Training, live events, and television productions.
Okay.
So those are the 3 vehicles that we're going to use to reach out. Training is basically the teaching. We teach skating and lessons and training the performers to perform, to do the live shows. The live shows is where we go out and perform for people like yourself. We come onto your show and we perform.
Oh,
And then the television production is that would be related to like the movie Old School Rollers. But that's we're partners in that movie. But we
Okay.
also have a TV show that we are in the midst of creating right now.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yes.
that's good to know. So I'm kind of jumping ahead based on
That's
your
okay.
response. So you said you guys actually go out and perform. So
Yes,
what does
yes.
that look like, and how does one book you guys for a performance, I guess? Because I didn't know that was a thing,
Oh, yes.
or that's what you actually did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of our strongest assets is our
Okay.
live performance. For example, Ben's Chili Bowl, they had their
Okay.
60th anniversary. They booked us for the Lincoln Theater. We performed on stage at the
Wow.
Lincoln Theater. Six Flags, they booked us to come to do a show at Six Flags. We've been all over the place.
That's
And the
impressive.
team I have an amazing team. I have an amazing COO, Monica Body. She's COO of the company. I have
Monica is
amazing, my whole
amazing.
team is
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, let's
The whole
clap it up
team.
for Monica.
The whole
For
team,
sure.
yes.
You're absolutely amazing, Monica. And while we're on that, introduce your team that's here, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. In our studio audience, we have Monica Body, who's there. We have Jeanette, who's Jeanette Harris. She's one of the performers.
Yeah.
My lovely wife,
Welcome.
Tawana.
Welcome, you guys.
Tawana, Felice. We can't forget about Felice and Jeffrey.
Can't
They're
forget about
also.
you guys. Welcome.
We got Zuri as well. We got Kenneth.
This is exciting.
I'm sorry, Kenyana. Kenyana, I got 3 kids, and I get the names mixed up sometimes.
Listen, I understand.
Yes, we got Zuri and Rocky.
I love that.
And did I get everyone? I think I got everyone. Yes.
This is so
So
exciting.
performing today will be myself, Jeanette, Jeffrey, Kenyana, and Zuri.
I can't wait.
Got everyone?
You guys hold on to your
Yes.
seat. You guys are going to be in for a treat. I cannot wait.
And our youngest skater is 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna come out.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait. She's going to make me really, really be inspired to get moving, for sure. I'm super excited.
She's amazing.
I also see that you're an author. So talk to me about the evolution of skating and life at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, Life at the End of the Tunnel is my biography. This is my life story.
Wow. Okay.
I came from a rough life of drugs and alcohol,
Okay.
which was turned around 20 years ago. And now I spend my time helping people. I have also 2 nonprofits. One is called AIM, which stands for Art in Motion.
Okay.
And I deal with performing arts and outreach. It's basically they're both outreach companies. I don't want to get into that, but you can look us up. AIM is one company, and the other one is Rolling in Recovery. So that deals with helping drug addicts and alcoholics.
So necessary.
yes.
Thank
So,
you for
yes.
using your pain and turning it into a passion,
Yes.
which can then help others. That is so necessary,
It's very necessary. There's a
needed.
lot of people suffering.
for sure. So how would one get into one of your organizations?
Well, that would be, I need them to contact me through my website.
Okay.
That's rollawayproductions.com. It's ROLLO. WAY, Productions with a S.com.
Perfect.
And the other books, you talked about the other book, The Evolution
Yeah.
of Roller Skating.
Talk to me about that.
This book is actually a young lady from, I want to say right, I think out of New York is actually the main author of this book.
Okay.
She gathered 25 of some of the most popular skaters in the U.S.
Okay.
and she put them in this book.
Okay, so it's a collaboration.
It's a
of various
collaboration.
different
So
skaters.
my story is within the book.
Awesome.
With 25 other skaters. It's an Amazon bestseller
Okay.
in 7 different categories.
Perfect. So plug that. Tell everybody where they can
Yes.
buy this book as
Yes.
well.
You can find both these books on Amazon.
That's
You can
perfect.
find them both on Amazon. Just type in the title, and there you go.
Give the title one more time.
Yes. Life at the End of the Tunnel, which is my life story, and the evolution of roller skating.
Perfect. Perfect. So now,
Now,
back to the actual skating. Before we
Okay.
get into your actual role, how did skating become a passion for you?
oh wow! You know, I grew up in Cambridge, Massachusetts. My mentor was Ron McNair, who was the black astronaut that died in the Space Shuttle Challenger. He was my father figure. My father was there as well, but I had 2 father figures. But Ron was my martial arts instructor and also my mentor, and he was one of the ones that gave me a foundation. But as far as the skating, I was trying to keep up with the kids in my neighborhood. They all had bikes, and I couldn't afford a bike at the time. But there was a skate shop in Harvard Square,
Gotcha.
and they were renting out roller skates. And I rented out the skates. It was $5 a day to rent the skates, and I would try to keep up with my buddies on their bikes, and I was on my skates. So I
That's
had
some
to
speed.
jumping over potholes and jumping off sidewalks, and because I didn't want them to lose me. Because some of the
Yeah.
places we went, I didn't know where I was, so I didn't want to get left. So it was sort of a funny story, but
And just your tenacity behind that, because most people would have given up. Like, I mean, how can you keep up on skates?
it
Catch
was
up with
well,
someone
2
on the
things I
bike?
had going with me. One, I didn't have a fear of falling because I learned that in martial arts. I knew how to
okay,
fall.
there
I
you
was
go.
comfortable with that,
Yeah.
and I just felt good with my balance, and just comfortable with that. So I would just try. I
Yeah.
would just try things.
I would too if I had that background.
Yes.
So no, that makes sense.
So there you go.
Absolutely makes
And it
sense.
just evolved. People started telling me, "Hey, you're good on those," and then they started paying me to do shows. So
I absolutely
Yeah.
love that. So perfect segue into you talking to me about your character and your role in the movie Old School Rollers.
well, yeah, Trinello Waters, I'd like to give him, credit because he wrote that
Yes.
script. He really did that. The whole cast and
amazing
crew,
job.
they deserve the credit, not me. I'm just an actor that, was given a part. And I had a coach, Diane Powell. She played my wife in the movie.
Okay.
She
yeah.
was my acting coach because I'd never really acted behind camera before that time. I've done plays before, but that was my first time behind the camera, which is a little bit different.
I was going to ask you, how is that different?
It's
Stage
just
plays versus.
it has a different
the movie.
feeling. A live audience when you're doing a play is totally different than a camera. A camera doesn't cheer. A camera doesn't, react like an audience does.
Yeah.
It's just there looking at you. So it's a little different.
Makes sense.
But
Which one do you feel is more
I
intimidating?
feel comfortable with both now.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I love it.
Good.
I love it.
I would have never known that you had never been in a movie before because you did such
I
an
love
amazing
it.
job.
I
So
like to think
comes
it was
natural.
God's gift. It was a gift, I believe.
Yeah.
Because my coach didn't have to work that hard with me. I didn't make her work too hard. So, and she used to say, "Yeah, that was good." Usually the first time or maybe the second time I get it right. So,
Job
yeah,
well
so
done.
I listen to the
Sure.
pros, and they,
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to be coachable.
you have to be
You
coachable.
have to be coachable.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Job well done.
Thank you.
So, talk to me about Lace 'em Up Skate Team.
Okay, lace them
What
up.
is that about, and how did you come up with the name? I can pretty much figure out that answer, but tell us what it's about and how you came up with that.
You know what, Chelley? I really don't know how I came up with that name. It
Okay.
just came out of the blue.
Okay.
I like to say the Holy Spirit gave it to me.
Yeah. It's very befitting, though.
But the team is under the live events category of Rollaway Productions, the company. So that's the performing team for Rollaway Productions.
Gotcha.
The Lace 'em Up skate team. That's the
Okay.
team that goes out and does all the shows. That's the team
Got
you're going to
it.
see today.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I was thinking that was the same team that did the actual skating classes. So that's different.
It is.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They also venture into that part of, they also teach. So they do the live events and they also train.
That's great.
They do the training part of the company as well.
That's good to know. See, that's why we have these question and answers, because you just learn so much. And it's a way to share as well.
It is. Yes.
So perfect segue into the actual class. How do you go about signing up? Give us information about the class, when they are, where they are, that kind of thing.
Okay, so we have class Friday nights at Lanham Skating Center. That's from 5 to 7. Saturday mornings at 10:30 at Temple Hill Skate Palace from 10:30 to 12:30.
Okay.
And Sundays at Creative Suitland, 4719 Silver Hill Road, Suitland, Maryland, and that is from 3:30. You can get there as early as 3:30. Classes over at 5:30.
Okay.
And you can text 22828.
That's perfect.
Rollo.
One more time.
Text Rollo at 22828.
That's perfect.
Text Rollo, yes.
Okay, so when they text that number, they can get more information.
They can sign up.
up.
They can sign up. They can get on our list, our newsletter.
Okay.
And they'll get all the information, the whole schedule that I just talked about. And when they spell Rollo, spell it with 2 L's. Some people like to spell it with 1 L, so it's Rollo, Rollo. So text Rollo at 22828.
Perfect. I love that. So once again, tell everybody where they can get your book from, and then I'll need your social media handles.
Okay, very good. The book, again, both books you can find on Amazon.com.
Okay.
Okay. My social media handle, we're going to be, you can reach me on Instagram, and that's KENNEY_Davis. That's my IG handle. Y'all check me out. On Facebook, Kenneth Rollo Davis. Okay, that's Facebook.
Perfect. Let's give it up for Kenny Rollo Davis, you guys. Amazing. And you guys stay tuned, because at the end of the show, Rollo and his team is going to give us a great performance. So you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back after the break.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at thechelleyroyshow@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Sooner or later, every hustle comes to an end.
So we're clear. What I am is a mother whose daughter is in trouble. That's it.
When last time you had some vitamin D?
I'm not interested.
Hey, brother, just want to say hello.
You seeing somebody? 'Cause you sure been looking awfully fancy lately.
We have an issue. It's time to take out the trash.
I did what I always do. You the one that can't be trusted.
This is the result of you wanting to run the streets instead of being a real mother.
What happened to my money?
For for the Love of Money. Thanksgiving Day, only in theaters.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at thechelleyroyshow@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest is here to promote his movie For the Love of Money. He's also one of the executive producers and a cast member. You guys help me welcome Mr. Cedric Pendleton. Welcome, Cedric. Hey. Hey. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. It's truly an honor. I also want to thank you for being a man of your word. When we met a few weeks ago on the red carpet, I asked you for the interview and you told me, I got you. I'm going to make sure that the interview happens, and here we are today. So thank you so very much.
No. Your spirit leaked out to me when I met you. And so when you are connected to someone, sometimes there's not an obvious reason at the moment. And so that's kind of how I felt with you. I didn't know what the obvious situation was, but I just knew that I needed to connect with you.
Absolutely.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Same here. And thank you for being so kind. Like you said, it was the spirit. It was just the humbleness about you. You were just really, really kind. It was a great encounter. So thank you for that.
Well, I agree. Thank you for the humbleness compliment. I appreciate that. But, I am who I am. I'm who my mama raised me to be. So, you can give that compliment to my mama. She did all the work.
Kudos to you, Mama. Thank you for that. So listen, I don't even know where to start with the movie. I went to go see it on Thanksgiving, and job well done. It was well written, super, super amazing. So I don't want to give too much away. So why don't you tell everybody what your character and your role is in the movie For the Love of Money?
For the Love of Money stars Terry Hilton, Rotimi, DC Young Fly Cat Williams, myself, Lisa Ray McCoy, Jazzy, Jason Mitchell. And then making appearances are Keith Sweat and Life Jennings and Mulatto. So you've got an all-star cast that's bringing you a story about a single black woman or mother who has to make choices that are best for her family and for her child. And it is the story of a woman that we all know too well, a single mother. And from that particular perspective, the challenges that she faces are those that we often see within our own community. My character is Brian, and Brian is a brother who basically is in the suburbs, grew up in the suburbs, but has ties to the inner city as well. And so finds himself as what I call an urban entrepreneur. And so oftentimes he has a choice to make. And he is put into the friend zone by the lead character. God knows a man don't want to be in friend zone, but that's the gist of my character. He kind of grounds the story in itself in a sense of the volatility that goes on throughout the movie. So that's Brian.
And I loved Brian's role in that, and I don't want to jump ahead. We'll talk about how I feel I want more in terms of the movie. But like you said, you hit it on the nose. It's very relatable. We can all relate to, being single parents, basically being faced with decisions, trying to make sure that we're taking care of our kids and, making sure that everybody is well off, making sure that the family is, where they're supposed to be. So the movie was very, very much relatable. And there were a lot of heavy hitters, like you named, Rotimi, Carrie Hilson, Keith Sweat. Amazing writing, like I said, job well done. So talk to me about your role as one of the executive producers. How did that come about?
Hard work, a silver tongue, and the ability to be able to get a job done. I used some relationships and things of that magnitude in order to help bring this picture to the forefront. And so, the deal is I've been working in the capacity of a producer and executive for a little over the same amount of time that I've been acting. And so a lot of people didn't know that, but those that did or do have utilized those particular skills in order to help this picture come to be. And so shout out to Melvin Childs, because he's the executive producer of this film.
Yes.
And,
shout out to Melvin Childs.
Yeah, Melvin did his doggone thing. Nobody can take away from that brother in the sense of what he put behind this particular story. So my job is basically to be Aaron, to hold up the hands of Moses, so to speak, or to hold up the hands of Melvin Childs and help him to do what he does.
You did a great job. You did a wonderful job, and it takes a team for sure. So how long have you known Melvin, and where'd you guys meet?
Oh, my God. Melvin and I go back 30 years. Melvin was one of the original promoter producers that toured Tyler Perry around the country for the very first time when Tyler toured.
Yes.
So my relationship goes back with Melvin to the very beginning of that particular relationship, as well with Tyler. So it's been a blessing. I mean, it comes full circle. It's interesting because the entertainment community is extremely small. That's why I always say, try to honor your word, do what you say you're going to do, and have some integrity, because this industry doesn't forget. And so, yeah, that's the biggest thing, doesn't forget. And so being in this industry, the relationships that I forged, hopefully, continue to open doors for me. So that's the opportunity.
That's great stuff, and thank you for honoring those characteristics. I mean, integrity is a big one, so thank you for being firm on that. The other question I had was, where was the movie filmed? It looked like it was filmed in Atlanta, but I wasn't sure. Where was the movie filmed?
That's a little movie magic. The movie was actually shot in Oklahoma City.
Wow, okay.
And so, it had B footage or things in it that gave you the setting of Atlanta, because that's where the story actually was set. But it was shot in Oklahoma City, about an hour. Oklahoma City is about an hour away from Tulsa. There are references in the film concerning Tulsa and, Black Wall Street and things of that magnitude, and how that affects pretty much the way that African Americans think, oftentimes from a financial perspective. Those that are in the know are in the know. Those that are not, hopefully we educate with this particular film to make them aware of Black Wall Street and Tulsa. Absolutely.
Very powerful, for sure. So getting back to Brian and Gigi, I was rooting for you guys, and I really wanted you guys.
I was rooting for me too.
Yes. I was thinking at some point there was going to be a twist and she was going to give in and you guys were going to connect. So I was disappointed because you guys seemed like you would be so good together.
Well, Carrie is a wonderful actress and for her to carry this particular film in the manner that she did,
yes.
she was gracious in her performance as well as her ability to be able to make, people comfortable around her. But the biggest thing I will say about the chemistry between the two of us is Carrie and I share the same birthday. We both have birthdays coming up on December 5th. And
all right.
So,
happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. And so in that same instance, I've found a lot of common ground with her.
Sure, I can see that.
She's I can't speak, enough about how gracious she is as a leading lady. So she definitely carried this particular film.
She really did. It was very, very powerful for sure.
Mm.
So what are the plans for a part 2? Because the way that it ended, I want to know what happened to Greg.
It's interesting that you said that because I had a conversation with Melvin recently about the possibility of doing a part 2, but I also had a conversation with him about the possibility of taking it to series. And so we'll see what comes out in the wash. I mean, it's interesting because the cast members or the cast of this particular film have all become family and have all mentioned that they were interested in continuing with the story if the story continues.
Let's do it.
From your lips to God's ears
Yes.
and hopefully to a financer's pocket, we'll see what happens.
Let's do it. I'm ready for more, for sure. And I look forward to seeing many more amazing roles that you're going to be in. So segueing into any upcoming projects that you're working on that you can share with us?
It's interesting because this is December 1st, and everybody that is aware of my journey knows that the month of December, I normally go off in the wild blue yonder, that you can't find me, and I'm on vacation and that kind of thing. But this month, during this particular time, I have an urgency to work. So we are turning out a number of projects during the month of December.
Awesome.
And have kind of buckled down in order to get it done. And so you'll see things starting to release the first quarter of the year.
Okay.
And we'll take it from there.
That's awesome. I will definitely be on the lookout. Cedric, I cannot thank you enough for honoring me tonight with this interview. And I look forward to many, many more interviews from you.
I'll hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that.
You got it. You have my word. And I am a woman of integrity as well. So you have a happy, wonderful birthday. Can everybody in the audience help me wish Cedric a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Cedric! Happy birthday! Woo! Happy birthday.
I appreciate you all. Now I think I'm going to go and get in my birthday suit.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much. We will talk soon.
I really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cedric.
All right, y'all.
You guys stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick break. And when we come back, the Lace 'em Up skate team is going to be before you. Stay tuned.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got a quick move for you. This is a heel-toe flip. Okay, so it's a great dance move that you can use while you're performing in the center of the ring. You want to bend your knees and go heel-toe, twist from your hips. So it looks like this. Notice my hips. Don't go wide, don't spread your legs out. Keep them close in and twist. All right, good luck.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Hit it! Let's go!
Old man? Who you calling old man?
You guys don't even know. You're talking to a legend here.
And y'all trying to get the crew back together after all this time to battle some disrespectful youngins? And who cares about that?
Eric, why don't you mind your own business? This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Stop what you're doing, cause you're about to ruin the image and the style that I'm used to.
Man, you a loser. Call me?
Wait a minute. When I first talked to him about his dream and the skating, I was not referring to him battling a bunch of kids.
Oh, yeah. It's on now.
Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. And just slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right. Come on now. Slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right.
Old School Rollers coming Saturday, August 28th at 12 noon and 3 p.m. at Washington, D.C.'s The Ark. Tickets now on sale at eventbrite.com.
Cause I got the swagger, the big dog mellow, and I stay on my game. Nothing suspect, nothing lame.
The Chelley Roy Show. For now, what you all have been waiting for, you guys help me welcome the Lace 'em Up skate team to the stage. There she is. Yeah.
This is a Rollaway production, and this is your boy Rollo, the super producer RA3, representing RA3 Creations. You dig? We up in here making another hot one here. Yeah, act like you know. Now you know it's time to get those skates out the closet, clean them off, and get your roll on. Rollaway production. 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 I don't know, Mike. It seems so hard. Well, look, you know, you just gotta take your time, man. It takes a lot of patience to skate, you know? Well, all right, now, I'll give it a shot. There you go, that's it. That's it, that's it. You got it, man, you got it. You're right, you're right. It's not that hard, is it? I do have it, don't I? All right, it'll bloody well then.
fun was that, you guys? I don't know about you, but you guys need to go get your skates. You guys need to go sign up for Kenny Rollo Davis's class and get yourselves moving. You guys have been an amazing studio audience. I want to thank you to all of my online viewers. You guys be sure to follow me on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Also, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Chelley Roy Show. I want to thank my guests again, Miss Maya Pinson, Mr. Kenneth Rollo Davis, and last but not least, Mr. Cedric Pendleton. You guys, I appreciate you, and I thank everyone who continues to support me. You guys have a great night.
It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show, and it's going on. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh.